Yes, indeed. Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
Gotta love the graphics. I'm Daniel Pineda.
Really nice.
My name's Adele Quo.
And we're here to present another edition of the Arlington Weekly News for somewhere around, about a week after Valentine's Day, our post-Valentine's Day
March.
show. Almost March
And
show.
it's still the Olympics.
And 70-degree weather.
And our Olympics, right. We've been
Olympics,
a little
yeah.
bit
Go
lacking on
USA.
our Olympics coverage on this show, but I'm sure you're getting plenty of that on your own. So we're not doing any. All right, we have News and Community Bulletin Board, and Adele is here, as you can see, with another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Indeed, it is. Denise is here, CBB, as I mentioned, our Community Bulletin Board. Denise is here, and she's looking at and talking about the play The Great Society tonight, our News for Seniors segment. And then a roll-in and our own Amit Brahmbhatt, Mr. Yogathan himself, and his guest, Dr. Patwardhan. I'm sure excuse me for that mispronunciation, but that's our show. But before we begin, here's a social media reminder from Senor Pineda.
Thank you to my very good partner, Craig Nolan. We have the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And everyone, the number 1, even up over there. And also you can see us on the radio, right, Craig?
Hear us on the radio. We're in your ear at WERA 96.7 LPFM. Check us out. All right, here we go with the first of our news items in our news file tonight. We're starting on reporting on a positive note. A 14-year-old boy who had been reported missing has been found safe and sound. He'd been last seen in the Bellevue Forest neighborhood around 3:30 in the afternoon on Monday, February 19. There was concern because he had not been wearing shoes and was thought to be in need of medical attention. The police later reported that he was found safe and sound at about 9:45 that evening. So that's good news. Daniel.
Well, Craig, in other news for today, a group of songwriters are suing the owners of Arlington's North Side Social Coffee and Wine for allegedly playing their songs without permission. And according to the American Society of Composer, Authors, and Publishers, ASCAP, their goal is to make sure that their members will be paid for the use of their work. Northside is one of 11 establishments being sued. ASCAP charges $50 for each membership application, but does not charge annual dues or fees. Writers seeking copyright protection must file and pay separately with the U.S. Copyright Office. However, ASCAP does provide members with royalty payments for public performances of the members' registered compositions.
All right, Daniel, also in our news items, movie buffs will appreciate this next one. Here's a special offer from Regal Ballston Commons Stadium 12 Theaters, and it comes in the form of a $35 pass to see all 9 of the films nominated for Best Picture Oscar. The pass comes with admission to see the films from Friday the 23rd through Sunday, March 4, which is the day of the Oscar ceremony. These films include, and there should be maybe a list of them on your screen, there we go, Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. These films may be viewed either in multiple screenings or single screenings in over a number of days. The pass also includes a medium-sized popcorn and soft drink, can't beat that, for which the regular charge is normally about $5. So there you go. That's a good one to take advantage of. Check it out. Daniel.
Can't beat it, right, Craig?
Yeah, gotta be there.
Well, Craig, Arlington County has created a 5-minute survey through which residents can express their opinions regarding the county's capital improvement plan. The plan covers the years from 2019 through 2018 and deals with building, maintaining, upgrading, or replacing facilities such as libraries, parks, community centers, and of course, transportation infrastructure. The deadline for submission is March the 16th. Residents can participate in the survey by going to the following web address. That's at surveymonkey.com/r/CIP Insights 2018.
I wonder if Survey Monkey has a tiny URL.
No tiny URL in that one.
URL in
That was easy.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. We'll be back with our CBB Community Bulletin Board file right after we hear from Adele Coe and another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Indeed it is. Here's Adele.
Hey, Adele.
All right, thanks again. Arlington, welcome to another It's Easy Being Green. Joe Mascot and I are excited about this one. This February, in the spirit of the Winter Olympics 2018, where competitors from 92 different countries around the world and 6 nations are vying for medals, well, Easy Being Green is giving out our gold, silver, and bronze medals too for the 2018 Winter Garden Olympics. Invasive plants were not allowed to compete in 2018 due to testing positive to modifying nutrient availability, affecting soil pH and therefore causing environmental and economic harm and impacting human health. While there's plenty of exciting categories such as beautiful bark, variegated and colorful foliage, showy fruit, and much more. But we've only time to cover the best winter flowers in February. The gold goes to Hamamelis mollis from China and the Hamamelis X intermediate hybrids born from the cross between Chinese and Japanese witch hazels that offer many cultivars prized as garden specimens with more flower colors. Their crowning glory, the spidery winter flowers with long, crinkly, ribbon-like petals that bloom from early January until March. Most have blooms that last for 6 weeks or more. Chinese witch hazel is the most fragrant of all the witch hazels. Bonus points were earned from their fiery fall color that turned buttery yellow and then orange and finish scarlet red. More additional points for disease resistance and easy to grow. While the silver medal goes to U.S. Hamamelis vernalis, also called vernal or Ozark witch hazel because it's native to the Ozarks. Also in February, before the leaves unfurl, the vernal witch hazel has yellow and orange to red papery, ribbon-like spidery flowers with a spicy fragrance. The wonderfully fragrant blooms are happening right now from early January to March, and they make a superior winter flowering shrub for our landscapes, but were nudged out by the Chinese witch hazel. The bronze medal goes to Jasminium nudiflorum from northern China. Winter jasmine is blooming right now also in mid-February and typically blooms from January to March in our area. The bright lemon yellow flowers appear before the leaves unfold on slender, bright green stems to make an unexpected, attractive show in the winter landscape. As a trailing vining shrub that grows from a central crown, you can allow these attractive willowy green stems to spill over a stone wall. They make a great bank or wall stabilizer. Unfortunately, they do not have the jasmine fragrance, so they lost points to the Hamamelis flowers. But remember, it's easy being green, making room in your winter garden for one of these Olympic medal plants.
Wow,
That's great.
great.
I like it that the invasives are not allowed to compete, but somebody's got to tell the kudzu to
Yes.
stop training,
Stay in your
away.
republic of invasive
You're not going to be able to
plants.
enter the Olympics, so just stop training.
Never
and get
again,
out
or
of here.
even that English holly.
It's
Stay
over
out.
for you. That was great. All
Those
right.
talks of doping and things like that.
We appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Adele. That was a great Olympics
Great report.
tinged edition of Easy Being Green. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go now, as promised, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Well, most people agree that recycling can improve the future of planet Earth, but some have questions about what can be recycled and how it can be done. You can learn all about the what and the how from Rebecca Moser. She'll be there to talk about it at the Recycling Outreach Special. She's a specialist, from Arlington County. She'll bring a presentation and we'll present it to you on Wednesday, February 28th from 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Community and Senior Center. They're located at 735 18th Street South here in Arlington. Daniel.
Well, Craig, I really like this next story, of course. Here's something for kids in elementary, middle school, and of course high school. It's called Homework Help. It's a weekly club designed to provide students with the tools and resources they need to complete homework assignments. It's more fun with friends, and a librarian will be available to help out as needed. The next meeting is on Wednesday, that's February the 28th, from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the Columbia Pike Branch Library. That's located at 816 South Walter Reed Drive in Arlington, Virginia.
All right, Daniel, also in our CBB file, well, there's an old saying that nice guys finish last, but this next story isn't about a nice guy, it's about a night sky. In case you weren't paying attention, it's a presentation for young children between the ages of 3 and 5, and it's all about the sun, the moon, and the stars. Kids will learn about the constellations and get a chance to design their very own constellation. Parents must remain on site, but they can either stay and observe the program or visit the rest of the building during the presentation. This all happens on Thursday, March 1, from 1 to 2 in the afternoon at Gulf Branch Nature Center and Park. They're located at 3608 North Military Road here in Arlington. There's a slight charge for this one. $5 will get you in the door per child. For more information and to register, give them a call at this number, 703-228-4747. Daniel.
Well, Craig, you're a nice guy.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Craig, it's also movie time at the Columbia Pike Library, and this time they're showing the 2017 film Dunkirk. It's about the emergency evacuation of Allied troops from the French city of Dunkirk during World War II. Dunkirk has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Original Score, Best Directing, and more. Come check out this generous slice of history. That's on Thursday, March the 1st, from 2 to 4:40 p.m. at the Columbia Pike Branch Library. That's located at 816 South Walter Reed Drive in Arlington, Virginia.
All right. Gracias, Senor Pineda. We'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from Denise and her thoughts on the Great Society. Here's Denise.
The Great Society, currently at Arena Stage, is a continuing look at the presidency of Lyndon Baines Johnson. Playwright Robert Schenken picks up the story after his first play about LBJ, All the Way. He now explores the president's second term, a roller coaster ride from a huge margin of victory in the 1964 election with control of both houses of Congress, to the decision 4 years later not to run for re-election. Many inflammatory circumstances were at play during these years. Johnson championed many civil rights causes while the country displayed its racism and hatred with counter-demonstrations, police beatings of peaceful protesters, and more political assassinations. He also poured millions of tax dollars and young American troops into the Vietnam War that became more and more unpopular with the voters who once backed him so fervently. Kyle Donnelly once again directs, and Jack Willis once again portrays a commanding and forceful LBJ. Most of the cast returned after appearing at Arena in All the Way in 2016. A remarkable feat considering all the actors' schedules that had to be aligned to make this cast happen. The simple staging by Kate Edmonds adds to the drama. The presidential seal covers the floor of the Chandler stage, and office furniture and podiums can be easily wheeled in and out as necessary. Flames of riot and war are also able to shoot up from the floor. Aaron Rhine's projection designs tally the number of American soldiers as they are killed and injured in the Vietnam War. In a grim and chilling scene, while LBJ dictates sympathy letters to the families of the fallen, a soldier drags the corpse of a comrade around the outer ring of the seal, leaving a trail of blood around the president. Despite his many victories in the areas of civil and voting rights and accomplishments like Medicare and Medicaid, that ring of blood may be the most lasting impression that many Americans have of that presidency. It's ironic that Johnson knew the war would be his undoing, but he could think of no way to prevent the inevitable outcome. The Great Society plays at Arena Stage through March 11th. See it to re-examine a prolific presidency and a heinous war that derailed it. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Denise.
Thank you.
Think she liked it. Her thoughts on the Great Society at Arena Stage. We appreciate your theatrical insights.
She's always so positive, yeah.
Thanks, Denise. Here we go now, as promised, our News for Seniors file. Well, in this week's file, Zoe is back, and Chuck Scudder. If you don't recognize a reference in that line, it's just one of those things for seniors. Anyway, Zoe is a therapy dog, and she, along with her owner, agent, servant, Dr. Chuck Toftoy, will be appearing again to perform her many tricks and bring out her cuteness. The date and time, here we go, Wednesday, February 28th from 10:30 to 11:15. And the place, Walter Reed Community and Senior Center and Park, 2909 16th Street South, here in Arlington. For more information, call Leanne at 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Good old Leanne Canute.
That's right.
Well, Craig, also on February the 28th, it's time for another social art swap. Here's how it works. You can either bring in a piece of your own artwork, or you can bring supplies and create one on the spot. Each finished work will then be traded for a single raffle ticket. Random numbers will be drawn at the end of the event, enabling winners to choose a piece of art from the submitted places. That's on Wednesday, February the 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Arlington Mill Community and Senior Center. That's located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street in Arlington, Virginia.
And Daniel, also in News for Seniors, every Tuesday at Walter Reed, volunteers and staff provide instruction on a variety of tech topics. The tech topic for February 27 will be Excel computer program. That's coming up Tuesday, February 27 at 1 in the afternoon at Walter Reed Community Senior Center and Park, 2909 19th Street South here in Arlington. To sign up, register, and get more information, give them a call at this number, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, Craig, it will be Musical Monday when the Just Plain country musicians play at the Lee Center. The first show will go from 11:15 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. After the regular show, there will be a folk music sing-along featuring songs made popular by Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and others, lasting until 3:30 p.m. It all happens on Monday. That's March the 5th at the Lee Community and Senior Center and Park. That's located at 5722 Lee Highway, Arlington, Virginia. For more information, just give them a call at 703-228-0555. Thanks to Judy Masomni for this week's Senior Stories. And once again, here's a reminder. You can email us at arlingtonweeklynews@gmail.com. Please let us know if there's something you saw that you liked, or something you saw that you didn't like, or something else that you want to see. We'd love to hear from you. Right, Craig?
Absolutely. Give us a call. Or, well, you can't call us. Send us a text. Or
Well, we have an
tweet.
email too,
Or an
arlingtonweeklynews@gmail.com.
email. Here it is, arlingtonweeklynews@gmail.com.
Right.
And let us know what you think. We'd like to hear from you. Okay, we'll be back with bye-bye and sign-off right after we hear from Amit Brahmbhatt and his guest. Here's Amit.
Hello Arlingtonians. Today, my name is Amit Brahmbhatt, and today we are going to discuss a little bit about Nada Yoga, or yoga and music. We had Dr. Avinash Patwardhan last couple of weeks back in our studio discussing his research papers on the topic, and since he's a scholar on the topic, we have him again in our studio today to discuss Nada Yoga. Welcome, Dr. Avinash. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you, Amit. It's such a pleasure to come back again, and I think this is going to be an equally interesting topic.
So tell us a little bit about the scriptural point of view of Nada Yoga, or incorporation of music in yoga, and how it affects one's body.
Okay, so there are two connections. One thing is that in ancient Indian philosophy and scriptural literature, music had always been a part of yoga, and yoga had been a part of music. For example, Atharva Veda and Sam Vedas, two of the Vedas, they are all supposed to be sung. They are musical Vedas, so scriptures themselves are musical. And then in the later part of the post-Vedic period, when the Upanishads were created, 20 Upanishads were created, which are known as Yoga-Upanishad, dedicated to the principle of yoga. And one of them is Nada Bindu Yoga or Amrut Nad Bindu Yoga, which is exclusively dedicated to music and its connection to yoga. And then it's another connection to the spiritual part of yoga is that we always talk in yoga about these chakras, the 7 chakras, and the 4th chakra, which is also heart chakra, is known as anahat chakra, and that chakra is supposed to kind of lead you to this unheard sound, the primordial sound, and the way the scriptures describe it, it's supposed to come from the inside of your right ear, and that's where you are supposed to hear the unheard sound or the basic om-like thing. And then once you have achieved the yogic state, you actually can hear any music that you want if you have mastered the anahat chakra or the 4th chakra of your body.
So tell us, does medical research support this kind of claims that music affects one's well-being or improves health condition or recovery from disease?
Here it's not a place that I could show you, but in my private collection, I have about 130 research papers on music therapy alone, and that makes only 1% of the total research papers that are available. So there is a huge amount of work that has been done showing the connection between music and health, and there is a fully dedicated journal, music therapy journal, which just publishes month after month the research around this particular topic. And then there are so many beautiful research papers which are focused on Nada Yoga, the connection of yoga, Indian classical music, and its bearing on the health matters. And it is very well established that music does help, particularly it suppresses the activities of sympathetic system and enhances the activity of parasympathetic system, which is supposed to bring about calm, tranquility, and peace of mind. So yoga has been, particularly the musical part of yoga has been of use probably, and there are many papers already on those lines, that it can be of use in many mental health conditions and chronic diseases.
Wow. So also tell us, Indian classical music system known as ragas also has effect on one person's moods, emotions, and also they say there has been a lot of studies done that it can have a good effect on somebody's health. So tell us a little bit about raga practice.
Indian classical music is a highly evolved system of music, and as you said, there are compositions which are called ragas, and there are several papers. One I remember by one Dr. Kaufman. He wrote a paper where he categorized the whole ragas according to the moods and the time of day. And if you want sometime, I can share that paper with you guys. But there that scholar has tried to identify the connection between one particular given raga and mood. For example, Yaman raga, it is connected to some somber, serious, devotional kind of mindset, whereas there are some ragas which are connected to kind of romantic love feeling, and then there are some ragas which are more kind of connected to feeling of euphoria, happiness, excitement, like Bihag, or not Bihag, sorry, Bahar. So it has been known that it is connected to moods, and therefore.
So very quickly, could you guide us and our viewers about how they can incorporate music in their regular practice?
Okay. There are differences in industry just now whether to incorporate music and yoga together, combine them together. The simple rule is that if you are going for the physical yoga, like postures and trying to stay healthy, then probably the modern American or modern general Western music is good. But if you are looking for calmness, tranquility, and peace of mind, then you should be much more careful. You have to pick and choose the ragas or the music that you are going to use. And you can obviously use yoga as a standalone music therapy, or vice versa.
That is really good information. How can our viewers can get in touch with you if they have any questions?
Well, they can go to my website, www.aviyoga.com, and they can always find out more about it. And they are welcome to write me an email where I will be more than happy to answer their questions if they have it.
Wow, that's a lot of good information. Thank you, Dr. Avinash, for coming to our studio. and giving us all this information. Maybe people can incorporate this kind of yoga practice into their with music and get into a better shape. Thank you, viewers, for watching our show. Now, back to the news desk.
Wow.
Not bad.
Amit's
What?
jamming.
Just
Amazing.
jamming out there with his
What
harmonium.
does that man not do?
Thanks.
The energy, right?
And Dr. Patwardhan.
Yep.
That's
I
fantastic.
took a stab at it anyway. And music and yoga there.
Wow.
Wow.
Great
we
combination.
cover a lot of bases here in the Arlington Weekly News, but I don't know if anyone else does that. Do they? Do you think anyone else does
know.
yoga? Well, anyway. That was great. Okay, we
Thank
have
you,
to
Matt.
wrap it up and get out of here. Anything else to add before we go?
Go USA, Olympics.
Go
right?
USA.
right.
The
Get
Olympics
more
are
golds.
wrapping up there.
It's wrapping
and
up, huh?
we have to send a shout out to AIM's Patrick Cleary. Way to
Go,
go,
Patrick.
Got the teleprompter working for us tonight, so thanks for your efforts. We appreciate it, Patrick. And we were able to bring you the show.
Absolutely, every week.
Good stuff. All right, that's it. We're going to wrap it up and say goodnight. So next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Have a safe
USA,
week.
all the way.
Bye-bye.